Breaking news! The Ministry of Justice of South Korea officially announces the HYBE stock theft scandal belonging to Jungkook, suspect extradited from Thailand. A shocking announcement came directly from the Ministry of Justice of South Korea. As many as 33,500 shares of HYBE worth approximately 8.4 billion won registered under the name of BTS's Jungkook have officially been confirmed stolen. This astonishing fact not only shocked the Korean public, but also sparked a wave of anger among ARMY worldwide. How could assets worth billions from one of the most influential artists in the world of music be breached so boldly? This question has now become the main focus of a major investigation involving international law enforcement agencies. The Ministry of Justice emphasized that the main suspect in this case was successfully identified and arrested in Thailand after undergoing an intensive investigative process. In its official statement, the authorities stated that Interpol had given full support through the issuance of a red notice to expedite detention and extradition. The suspect is now confirmed to have been officially extradited to South Korea and will soon undergo a strict legal process in accordance with applicable regulations. This case is considered one of the most sensitive forms of cross-border financial crime in recent years. The theft of assets in the form of shares from a public figure with a global reputation not only harms the victim personally, but also has the potential to cause turmoil in the Korean capital market. HYBE stock, known as the largest entertainment company and home to BTS, certainly has strategic value in the global market. The fact that the amount stolen reached tens of billions of rupiah adds weight to the uproar and seriousness of this case. According to initial reports, the stock theft process was carried out through document forgery and manipulation of digital access that allowed the suspect to temporarily control ownership. Authorities suspect that this criminal act was not carried out alone, but potentially involved a wider network. However, so far only one suspect has been secured. His identity has not been published in detail by the ministry, citing the need to maintain the integrity of the investigation and to avoid public speculation. On the other hand, ARMY's reaction could not be contained. Hashtags related to this case immediately dominated social media trends in various countries. Many fans expressed anger, frustration, as well as concern about the security and privacy concerning BTS members, especially Jungkook. They questioned how South Korea's monitoring and legal protection system could be breached in such a major case, let alone involving the assets of an artist with global influence. Public anger also centered on the sense of injustice they felt. Jungkook, who has long been known to work hard, fully dedicated to his music career, and become a role model for the younger generation, now has to face a traumatic event in the form of the theft of his personal assets. Not a few urged the South Korean government to take tougher measures to prevent similar cases, including tightening security regulations in stock and digital asset transactions. The Ministry of Justice itself stated that they are taking this case very seriously. In a press conference, the ministry's spokesperson emphasized that the extradition from Thailand was the result of long and intensive coordination between the two countries, with Interpol as an international legal mediator. Emergency detention was carried out so that the suspect would not have the opportunity to flee to another country or eliminate traces. Now, with the certainty that the suspect is already in South Korea, the public is awaiting a trial that will reveal further details about the modus operandi of this theft. Legal experts say that this case could be an important precedent, not only highlighting the security of the personal assets of global celebrities, but also affirming that cross-border financial crime can no longer be underestimated. If proven guilty, the suspect faces severe penalties, including long-term imprisonment and restitution of financial losses. However, experts also warn that such legal processes are usually complex, time-consuming, and often involve a series of lengthy trials. Meanwhile, HYBE, as the parent company that manages BTS, issued a brief statement that they fully support the legal measures taken by the South Korean government. The company promised to cooperate to the maximum in the investigation and ensure that there is no negative impact on their business activities in the stock market. Even so, the public still assesses that trust in the financial security system must be strengthened so that similar incidents do not recur. This case has now entered a new phase after the extradition was successfully carried out. The big question that hangs is, Did the suspect really act alone, or is there an international network behind it? The answer to that question will determine the direction of the next investigation, as well as determine how significant the impact will be, both for Jungkook personally and for the South Korean entertainment world as a whole. One thing is clear, Jungkook's stock theft case has become a global spotlight. With the fantastic value of the losses, Interpol's involvement, and cross-country extradition, this incident is not just ordinary criminality. This is a loud alarm about how fragile financial security is in the digital era, even for public figures with as much influence as Jungkook. Army is now waiting with full attention, and the world is watching South Korea to see how the law is enforced in this shocking case. The official statement that shocked the public about the theft of 33,500 shares of HYBE belonging to Jungkook and the extradition of the suspect from Thailand is now entering a phase that demands collective vigilance. Are all the details circulating really true, or are we witnessing a constructed narrative that is deliberately amplified? Amid the torrent of posts, video clips, and tweets claiming the involvement of the Ministry of Justice and Interpol's support, have we tested the coherence of the evidence, chronology, and primary sources before concluding the truth? The next question is more disturbing. If the value of the loss is stated to be around 8.4 billion won, where is the trace of the transaction? How did the mechanism of stock ownership transfer occur? Was there any misused electronic authorization? And which official stated this on the record? We must also ask, are the name, time, and location of the arrest in Thailand documented consistently across the media? Or do they actually vary according to the narrative that wants to stir Army's anger? Have we checked whether the statements quoted as government confirmation are actually editorial summaries, netizen interpretations, or even clips that have been cut out of context? At this point, the urgency of a skeptical attitude becomes an ethical foundation. Is it not more responsible to postpone judgment until verification is complete than to spread fear that may not be grounded? Imagine the consequences if this information is wrong. The reputation of state institutions is tarnished, the capital market is shaken, and public trust in the financial security ecosystem collapses. Then who bears the social damage? In the face of relentless claims, what are the minimum indicators that must be met before the public accepts something as fact, such as official documents, full replayable press conferences, or court releases with clear file numbers? While Army spontaneously moves to protect the public figure they love, can solidarity go hand in hand with digital literacy discipline, source verification, and the willingness to correct oneself if new findings break initial beliefs? It needs to be emphasized clearly. The information circulating so far comes from various channels: TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and other media. Yet do these sources have a track record of accuracy, correction, transparency, and adherence to journalistic standards? Have we traced the metadata of the uploads, analyzed the time of publication, checked the consistency of the legal terms used, and compared translations across languages that often trigger misinterpretations? Is it possible that part of the public, including us, unconsciously became amplifiers of sensationalism because of provocative headline framing, dramatic word choices, and presentation rhythms that encourage clicks rather than clarification? In a digital space that moves at viral speed, who benefits when controversy heats up? The victim whose rights must be restored, law enforcement whose integrity is at stake, the platforms that reap attention, or the content producers who seek traffic? Isn't caution against confirmation bias an obligation, when we tend to pick up pieces of evidence that confirm what we want to believe, while ignoring data that casts doubt on the dominant narrative? If there are indeed seizure, detention, or extradition documents, why are they not presented through institutional channels with public access? And if there are, can the reference numbers and signing officials be verified across archives? If inconsistencies are found, are we ready to correct, apologize, and repair the spread of information? Or do we choose to add layers of speculation to maintain the thrill of attention? In weighing risks, should we not place the safety of personal information, compliance with privacy laws, and individual honor above the urge to chase fleeting sensation? Critical attitude is not denial of truth, but a method to obtain it. Have we asked the strict 5W1H questions, assessed conflicts of interest, and examined the motives of the loudest sources? Remember that this report, as we have stated, gathers material from